Okay, everything working? I have Parker. So I was hoping that the boys would both be asleep by now, but it sounds like Parker's still trying to sneak out of his bedroom. So I might have to take a moment to go get him back down. We'll see though. We did a little method to hopefully get him to calm down. Anyway, welcome to the stream. I am pretty excited. If you saw the thumbnail, I've already built the farms. So I have 2 bamboo, 2 sugarcane, and a large cactus farm that's got 2 outputs. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and build this stuff up top here. And then at the very end, we'll get the soul sand put in so that these bubble elevators can work. And finish off the farms over here. So first off, we're going to be putting in the XP farm area. Now the XP farm, this is something that is going to be fairly automatic, and it's really not all that difficult to build. You can see I have a hopper for the intake for the fuel and the thing that's going to be smelted, which will be the cactus. There's a hopper going into a barrel that will be the output, and then I have an on-off switch. This is a little bit low, so I might play around with it. I might not. I'll see. I may just put a bottom slab up on this level to kind of hide that, and then just figure out a way to pull it up. Anyway, so we'll play around with the bottom output a little bit. So first things first, I do need to figure out where the dispensers are going to go, or the droppers, because we're going to be outputting extra stuff into the lava. So let's just start grabbing some of the materials. I'm going to need a lot of hoppers today. Grab some barrels, and the lava buckets, we're not going to need too many of those, and we'll do that at the very end once we know that it's all working. Grab some comparators, and then I need just some plain redstone. So let's grab that and some redstone blocks. Anyway, so I do have it mapped out. This is 31 in between, so I'm going to start on this line so that we can do it 32. Now the other thing with the droppers, I want the hoppers to face into them. We can have that 7 wide gap in between to leave quite a bit of room. See, so I'm coming on this line. If that's a 7 wide gap, then that should mean that we can do all the redstone behind that end and have the lava in the corner. So then if we do that one for every 4, why did that place it? Oh, you know what, I didn't do quite enough space there. And then we also have to think about how that's going to work with the lighting as well, so I might actually end up having to move that one. Yeah, we're probably going to end up doing that, because if I do that, that leaves me 3 behind there. If I do this, that can leave me 3 there. 1 here, and okay, well this one's going to have some for sure if I put it there. And then this one can actually be right there. So basically, what I'm just trying to think of is the amount of space that I will need behind. So if we grab this, the output that I'm going to be using is going to be super simple. Let's just go ahead and put these all in. It's all basically the same exact thing that I'll be using. Comparators coming out. And this is just to get the droppers to automatically dispense, and then it's just 6 pieces of redstone that go around. Now that one might be a little bit close, but if I put the repeater... there's the baby making noise. Okay, let's just try this real quick. Oh boy. Sorry about that. I'm gonna see if he'll calm down a little bit, because he literally just ate a few moments ago. Okay, and then as far as the hoppers, we have 1, that, and then 1, 2, so that's 4 feeding in there. 4 feeding in there. This one goes this way, and then this one also like that. This is our center line. And then we'll do pretty much the opposite on the next side. And we're going to repeat this a couple of times. So right here, let's just grab some more droppers. So if we have one, it's going to be here. Then it would a 3-block gap. Then another one. And then what is that? Another a 4-block and then a 3-block. I'm hoping that it will work in the mirror. So we'll just see if that works. As far as the repeaters, the placement on them isn't super crazy important. Like, it can go either side. I am going to be placing the repeater over the sea lantern though, just because it's not really going to work otherwise. And we'll have to make sure this works with only hoppers. I'm pretty sure that it treats the hoppers like a full block, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So we'll go ahead and make sure that all of them are working here in a moment before I get going too far along with all of this project. Oops, on the other side here. Okay, and then if we go ahead and do this, so this is just so that each array of 4 will have 1 solitary dropper. So let's go ahead and make sure this works real quick. Okay, so that is not working. Now it should work if I replace this with a piece of that stone. You should start seeing it spit stuff out. Okay, so that kind of complicates things just a little bit. But not really, because all I have to do then is I'll just have to have one hopper slowed down, because I can put the other ones directly down. Okay, so that's pointing into there. See, so like this one, for example, is gonna go. You know what, this doesn't really matter though. All these hoppers here, now that I think about it, they just don't really matter. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this stone, because we'll use the other stone. So basically why they don't matter is I'll just put them going into the solitary hopper that's going to be above the dropper. Because as you can see here, this represents the dropper level, and we're going to have one more above. So I'll just put all the hoppers going down into the dropper, and it's going to be just fine. That's going to save me a bunch of hoppers as well, so it's no big deal. Anyway, that does mean, though, that we just need to make sure that we do the right amount here. Oops. Okay, and then we just have to be careful about how the hoppers go in. It's like I was saying, we just point all the hoppers into that, and we'll be just as good off as if we would have done it the other way. So, no big deal. Oops. Okay, well, I'm not seeing any messages. I've really been enjoying having the second screen, at least as far as being able to monitor not only the stream but also Discord when I'm playing other games that go full screen, because then when someone hops in I can just see immediately who it is. And so that's been a nice little addition. Okay, now as far as locking the hoppers, you can see that I basically have a little hopper lock going to keep it. So the whole idea is that if I put stuff in here, I don't want the hopper underneath taking all that stuff and sending it out the dropper, because we need to be able to fill it up. And so the next thing that we need to kind of figure out is how exactly we're going to lock this hopper here, because this is the only one that really needs to be locked. Now as far as putting something across the top, did I really use all that smooth stone? Okay, let's grab some more from where we have some and toss this back in. Oh, you know what? I also didn't grab a bunch of levers. Let's grab those. So now as far as locking this, I'm pretty sure that all we need to do is that with the switch on it, and then just power it. Now if I'm not mistaken, here, let's just go ahead and put this out real quick, because I can do the rest of this from up top super easy. And I'll show you guys what I mean as far as these. So now if we come back over here, I just want to verify that that one hopper itself is locked. So now if I put a barrel over this, I'll just do all 4 barrels, whatever. When I put something in here, we don't want this to be sent out, right? But as soon as we turn that off, we should start seeing that drain. So it looks like that is working. And do we still have something locked in there? We do. Okay. So just didn't let it fully drain out. Anyway, yeah, it's going to be that simple. I don't need to do anything extraordinarily complex here at all. Although, you know what? I should go ahead and put down the switches on the correct areas right now, just to make sure that I know them when I come back over it after. Anyway, so that will kind of be hidden under the floor. Now this is taking a lot of inspiration from my last furnace-based XP farm that I built in my previous survival world. So you guys can go back in the live streams. I believe I have it there from Sir Logus world before the Night Quest SMP. And you know, I built a similar system. The biggest difference, these systems, like, they're not the most highly efficient. They're not going to show me when stuff is done. That's okay, because it's going to have a slightly different indicator that I'm just fine with. So the big thing that I'm concerned with at the moment, or like the big difference between this and the former system that I was using, is just the whole zero tick farm. Now zero tick, for anyone who doesn't know what that is, basically you just get things set up so that you have pistons that are updating the block to basically make the block update faster. So for example, if you have a cactus and you zero tick it, then all of a sudden that cactus is going to grow faster. If you have sugarcane, bamboo, the same thing. The farms are slightly different between the three. The bamboo and the sugarcane are very similar, whereas the cactus has some slight differences. Okay, now I just saw something that I am thinking about a little bit here. I kind of want to bring this up one level. Let's see if it will still power if I just bring this stone up a full level, or bring up the lever a full level. That does still work. That would mean that I'd have a small gap there, but I could put carpet over that, right? Here, let's just take some of these carpets that I'm using to just kind of mark out the area, just to make sure that we have a proof of concept here. And that could hide it. You know what, I think I'm gonna do that. So let's go ahead and actually remove all this. The whole reason that I'm doing all this is just to make things slightly more compact. You'll see here in a minute, but it's going to be more aesthetic, just so that the furnaces are right on eye level for me. And that just means that we'll have a little bit of carpet. If I put in some gray carpet, it shouldn't be a big deal. I could have, like, what I was thinking right there for a moment was, well, what if I just put the hopper off the back end here and have the furnace there, so the barrel's out in front? Yeah, not the most important thing in the world, but I should still be able to access the barrels just fine and everything. So let's just go ahead and, you know, move it up. It shouldn't make any large difference overall as to how the farm runs. And we'll just clean it up with a little bit of carpet. It should look nice still. This in of itself, this room, is not going to be the prettiest. Now I have thought about making the ceiling higher, because this originally wasn't supposed to be a room where I had any farms going on, I guess. Now does that still power it? If it's up above, it does. You know what, I kind of want that to be flipped around as well. Anyway, so let's just go ahead and pull this down. Anyway, so I'm just going to flip the switch too, just so that when it's powered, it's facing that other direction. And that's just going to be completely aesthetic as well. Oops. I guess we might as well build up the other side here. Anyway, so this room, I am going to decorate it more in the future. I might raise the ceiling and stuff. This is actually, if you remember on the design, this is over the two pillars. And so that's why it works out well, is because I have the zero tick farms in the pillar that is the same one as the storage system. Anyway, okay, so now that we have those in place, should be easy enough to go ahead and put down the hoppers here. And we're just going to do the hoppers directly into the barrels, nothing special. Okay, and I just remembered that I do need to grab a little bit of ice. So we're going to grab some packed ice. And then probably also some normal ice as well. So grab some packed ice, some normal ice. We're going to need some glass eventually, the stone pressure plates. Have some more glass over here, yep. Anyway, because we're going to get just one module going, at least for the stream, and then I'll get other stuff set up afterward. Anyway, so as far as the furnace is now, I'm not going to be using any kind of specific furnaces. Like I could do smokers, I could do, you know, and I might do that for a little more specific kind of stuff later on. But for the moment, this is going to be just fine. I'm not in any big hurry, and it's not like I have an infinite supply of food items or metal ores to be smelting, right? Okay, now we need to come up. Can I hop that corner? Yep. Okay, and then it's just going to be putting stuff across the back here into each furnace. Now this one is going to be where the bamboo comes in. And we will need, right here, we're going to do a piece of ice right there. Then I should probably just put down a little bit of glass as well. Anyway, you'll see why I'm doing this here in just a moment. And then for the time being, we're actually going to have any excess bamboo go into another storage system over here. So maybe what I'll do is, for the time being, we're just going to put down some ice just so that we can send it down, and we'll just put another hopper over here into a barrel, because it's going to be a little while before we get things going that way anyway. Anyway, so yeah, we'll take care of that a little bit later on. I'm just going to get the base farm itself working though. Anyway, now we actually need to do some more hopper placement. Because what we're going to do is we're going to do the hoppers both down and feeding into the top, because we need to do the water stream for this hopper first. So now here we can just take some glass. We're going to use water streams to transport the stuff. I could have done hopper chains across here, but yeah, I think the glass is gonna, well, it's gonna look nice, and also I want to cut down on any possible causes of lag. So now I believe that is the bamboo, which we need to be coming back into this one. So we're just going to go ahead and put down the packed ice as the back thing here. Now that this is set up as well, we can go ahead and I'm just going to take this down real fast. Because now that the concept is basically used, we don't need to worry about that anymore. Okay. As you may notice, we actually have to come around the elbow a little bit because those are lined up on the same level. This one right here as well, we're going to need packed ice on the bottom, which actually means that the packed ice is going to make up part of the side for this one as well. Because it's going to be both the side for this one. And then how do I... You know, I did not think about that. Looks like I actually need to do a similar thing on this one and actually pull it in another block. Just for the entrance, the side one can still go there. Oh, look, I need to eat real fast. For as much as I try and plan these things out to keep things moving along, there's some things that you just don't think of at the moment when you're planning. Anyway, so all we're going to need to do then here is, because we want it to be able to have the side on this, and we just need to work out real quick where this is going to go. And I think it would actually be easier just to move this end one over one block, right? So we'll just go this way. Oops, you know what? I need the packed ice. So let's just go ahead and break this. Wait, was that normal ice? Shoot. I do not want to mix those two up because I do not want to be making a water mess here. Okay, anyway, that should be fine though. Let's grab some more packed ice real fast. So it looks like I'm going to need quite a bit more. Anyway, so what we can do is we'll just go ahead and start putting this in. Oh wait, but this is going to be the packed ice. It's amazing how, while I'm talking through this, you guys are probably screaming at the screens because I'm making those stupid little mistakes, but okay, so then this one goes off this way. And then we're going to get a glass side put on this side. Okay, good enough. So then this gets pulled around. And same thing on the other side over here. Okay, now as far as water streams, we're going to have a source block coming around here. To go about 7, so we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we'll do a pressure plate here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's going to give us the corner, which is good. 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or wait, did I put that a little too soon? I did. 5, 6, 7. And then this is where we have to hope that this is still going to be picking up items. So we'll just make sure when it's all done that that actually works, because if it doesn't, then at that point we might actually have to change this up a little bit But I'm assuming that it should still be able to draw in an item through the hopper, right? Let's use this carpet that's not super important. Just see if we can toss it on there. I don't know if that hit it exactly. Okay, looks like it is, so 6, 7, 6, 7. Okay, and then we can do that for as long as we need to. Now, as far as putting in the ice streams, let's go ahead and do that. I do need to remember where that whole their little thing connected up at. Oh yeah, I need to go back here. Okay. Okay, now this part's going to be slightly different, so we need to make sure that this is set up so I have plenty of glass here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and remove all this wool real fast, because this was just marking out a little bit of where I had things at. Let's hurry and check over here again. Okay, looks like we've elapsed about 33 minutes since I started, so I've been going about a half hour now. As far as the rest of the stream is concerned, once I get these water streams in and make sure that they're working, the rest of the stream is going to be pretty similar. Because I'll have one more size module on the other side here, just in front of the exact same stuff, just with its own intake and output and everything. We also need to get the lava put in the back there, which I'll do here in a moment. But as far as everything is concerned, we're actually got most of the important stuff covered, because the rest of it's mostly going to be repeat kind of stuff after that. I do, however, need to hurry and check these. They should all be activated so that nothing can go down through the hoppers. Although I don't think some of that stuff can smelt, so let's just hurry and see if we can figure out where I threw those carpets in. You know what, they might actually be trapped in the hoppers behind, because carpet can't be used as fuel. Which, if that's true, which I think it is, then I need to actually come back up in there. Okay, so we got bamboo coming in here, that's fine. I just need to go get those pieces of carpet out. I didn't think about that before, but I think they probably are actually hiding in those hoppers somewhere. I think it was around this hopper, right? No? Maybe one more? I don't remember which one I threw them in. Not exactly, anyway. Where did that go? Does that mean they are sitting in one of the furnaces somewhere? Okay, well I don't want to spend too much time on that, so I might just have to watch this back later. Oh, there they are, okay. There's two there and then one there. Okay, so let's just toss some... Well, I'll just remember it's in that first part because I need to come back anyway. Okay, let's see now. So that we'll toss back in. Let's go grab those carpets there. Wherever those were at. Okay, now as far as going up to the top, we need to fill this up. Let's just toss that back in. So the next thing that I need to verify is whether or not the normal ice... Okay, it does make a source block if I do that, that's perfect. So I can just finish making source blocks all the way up. I used kelp to make the long tunnels, you know. But for this, then... You know, just doing the last little bit with those normal ice blocks seemed appropriate. Okay, and then I just need to make sure that there's something for that to hit. And send it down that water stream. So that should be good right there. So now if we go down, where's that soul sand at? Okay, we're in the one that's next to the cactus intake. So if we just pop down in here, so I was working on this one then. Now you can see that I actually need to go down one more level to get underneath here to just pop that in real fast. And I want to be very careful to not break any of the redstone here as well. Shoot. Okay, well, looks like I broke all the redstone. Oh boy. Can I get myself to hop under that? No. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to remove this one anyway, so let's just hurry and fix this. I was hoping I could be fast, and then I placed it on the wrong one, right? Because that's just how life goes. Okay, so we got that dropper stream set up. Now it should be as simple as just popping in that, and then here, let's go ahead and just toss that out for a moment. Because now we're just going to start putting these into the hopper here. We'll make sure that this is working. Did I do the wrong one? I did the cactus, which is fine, but I actually wanted the bamboo up above to get going. Okay, well let's just go ahead and because this is the one that we're going to do next, so no biggie here. There we go, that one I did appropriately. Okay, well that's just going to get this stuff moving up a little bit faster. And then we actually need to get this one kicked into gear. So this one here, we just need to replace the hopper again. Just point it that way. And if we go ahead and just toss those out for a moment, because I'm really bad at managing my inventory. This should start putting the stuff in. Perfect. Okay, and now the zero tick farm, to kind of give you guys a little view of this. This is basically it right here. You have two sticky pistons that push these two dirt blocks in between. The bamboo, it grows so fast that you basically have to have a zero tick destroyer as well. And so this piston is just hooked up to this observer here, so it breaks it immediately. And then for the zero tick to work, it's kind of weird because you have the sticky pistons. There's a couple of normal pistons on either side. There's two pieces of redstone dust and then the torch there. And when I go ahead and turn it on, what the method to turn it on is actually putting, like how there's a block here next to the piston, you just put that block in and it starts this. So now you'll be able to see that this is going to start putting out constant. Okay, let me hear and turn this down because this is noisy. It's going to start putting out basically constant sugarcane. The rate as, like, so this is an Il Mongo design. The rate that he quotes with that is 8,000 an hour. So 8,000 bamboo an hour. I have 2 of them. The sugarcane is only 4,000 an hour. The cactus, I don't know exactly, but it does it with each one. So anyway, this is basically a working farm. As far as the server, it is very server friendly. The main hit that it does is actually in client FPS. So my computer right now is what's going to be taking the most of the hit because it's all client side lag. I'm trying to find my FPS to see what I have right now. I'm still getting, like, what is that, 171-ish? So I'm still doing just fine. We'll see once we get all the farms going at once, because I haven't done that yet. Anyway, same thing with the cactus, but I need to get the cactus completely set up, so we'll go get that other cactus and set it out somewhere. As far as leaving here, I don't have a way from the inside to make it up to the top, so I've just been doing some little slime block stuff to get on over. So let's head on back up now. So yeah, the zero tick farm, pretty awesome to build. I was very nervous about doing it originally because it is kind of intimidating. But once I actually did it, like with the tutorial, the first time probably took me about 20 minutes, the second one about 15 maybe, and then after that it was only like, you know, just a couple of minutes basically. Anyway, let's go ahead and drop these off real quick so I can grab the cactus here, because I'm horrible about wasting Like, I just can't allow myself to waste stuff, really. And that's just going to keep on pumping up cactus, albeit slowly. This we can see here. It is actually traveling down. Let's make sure that it's starting to fill up all the furnaces here. Okay, yeah, so we've already got the 64 here. It's going to start filling that up. It should just start filling these down now. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the cactus started. As far as the cactus, it's only going to be the one side that I really have going full speed for a moment. But yeah, let's go ahead and finish this since this is, you know, already got the bubble stream and everything going under here. Just need to go drop this off. Holy cow, it's amazing how fast you get hungry on hard. Okay, sorry about the kind of delay here. I'm just trying to work out exactly where I need to be placing scaffolding to be able to match up all the places that I need to be putting stuff. So I think about right there on that level, then we can just go ahead and put it down. Okay, so now with this one, we gotta put scaffolding all the way this way too, because we have to go all the way down above the water stream here. And let's see now, this is gonna be the cactus coming in the top here. We actually do want that to come down somewhat as well, so that we can have more extra stuff going into a separate area. So let's just put in, we'll do another barrel, do that. And it looks like we're going to need a couple of hoppers there. I don't have anything else that I can really break here, I don't think, so let's just do that. And as far as the packed ice, we can put that one in. Oh, I did break that. Okay. Well, that's not the worst thing in the world, I'll just go ahead and fix that. I didn't think about not having those covered over yet, so it's my bad. Luckily, they're really easy to do. Oh, oops, I need a repeater there. Okay, anyway, so that should be good now for the top to have the extra cactus going off, and then I can pull it off after, right? Like, be able to pull off the extra, by pull off, I mean just bring the hoppers off so I can get that extra stuff going. So that means that can be put around, then I'll just start covering this completely. And we'll go along here as well. Except I need to be careful about how I'm doing all this so that we do it. So we'll wait on that front one at least. Oh, this is going to be fun to do. It should speed up once I get to the end and I get the scaffolding going. Now I know I'm building it in kind of tight quarters here. I did know that it was going to be tight when I started, so this isn't just me doing that, it's just because I know that it's also going to be, oh great, I broke that again. Which did I break here? So we got a comparator that needs to go here. Comparator that needs to go here. Anyway, so even though I'm doing this poorly, like it was planned out to at least be in this configuration. There we go. Just because I knew that... Oh, did I replace it with glass? Okay, well I'm just gonna leave it with glass then. Or no, I'm not, because I'm OCD. I'm gonna put back in some ice, but I'm just gonna be smart about how I do it this time. Am I missing redstone in here? No, that's interesting. Okay, anyway. Oh, I have more cactus coming up. See, now the cactus farm, it will do stuff passively, but you'll see the difference once I actually turn it on and just how crazy it actually gets. Oops. Why is it not letting me up onto the upper level? There we go. Okay, so we just need to fill this in now. Oh, what the heck? I just got kicked for flying. Apparently it thought that because I was standing on the scaffolding that I was flying there. Usually only does that when you're either on a boat or the other common time for that to happen is when you're trying to sleep. For some reason, I don't know what causes that. I think it's just maybe a little bit of a disconnect between the client and the server. But it does happen fairly often. That's not the reason why that other guy was banned for flying. That was because he was actually using cheats. A lot of times though, people have started calling it a Harry. Anyway, we had a guy that was doing a little bit of hacking that he shouldn't have been doing. Anyway. Okay, time to figure this out. So I'm just going to start placing in these here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7. That's fine. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we need to place one on this level. Can I? Yep, I can do that. 4, 5, 6, 7. And one here. 6. Where was that? That was one before. It's about right there. About there. That should get us down to the end. Perfect. Okay, now as far as this, all we have to do is come one back from it, and then we can place our ice in, and boom, working ice stream. And we'll just do that for each one. Oh shoot. I didn't mean to do that, and I don't want glass in there. Okay, so it should be somewhere right around there. Yep. amazing how long this takes, but honestly it should speed up quite a bit once I actually get to where I'm doing just a repeat. Because the first time you do it, it's always the slowest because you're actually trying to figure out where things go exactly, right? So, all the way to here. Just gotta love scaffolding. The other good benefit about this whole bamboo thing is that when I do start making excess, then I won't have to worry about growing bamboo for scaffolding anymore. I'll just have the excess that I already need growing in the farm itself. Okay, so looks like this one is the very end here. So we actually need to go ahead and we're gonna take the scaffolding because I don't want to have to build up again. Okay. I'm running into the edge there. Okay, and then I just need to be fast about placing water here. Okay, that should also be working now. So hopefully any time now we'll start seeing the cactus going into the system. So here, let's just start filling this up. We'll get it going and then I'm going to go turn on the farm down below. And we'll probably go ahead and end the stream right about there. And I'll get you guys a nice look at how this is all working. But I'm actually running a little low on time. Okay, so if I go ahead and turn this on, you can see the cactus farm now doing its whole zero tick. I love how fast this grows the cactus. Now there is some loss because it can land on top of itself and break it. But like if you see the amount that's still going down in, then when we get back up to the top, we should see a steady stream of cactus just flowing right into the system here. So let's just go ahead and we'll get a good look at the final product of one of these streams. And I'm gonna just be letting it start to fill up. Like I'm gonna probably spend some time AFKing nearby just to get the system full. The nice thing is I can turn everything off, so it's not something that I have to leave full time going on, you know. And I'll probably try and do most of the time when I'm actually working at the base as well. Let's go ahead and look at this now. So you can see the cactus come flying up, you can see the bamboo come flying up. Everything's going in. Looks like the cactus is actually going down further as well, which is awesome. So yeah, these are going to be smelting this stuff. That's an interesting problem right there. Okay, well, so something that needs to happen is these all need to have the switch put on them as well in the furnace. But I think I just noticed a slight problem right there. And that slight problem is that with it in this position, it's locking it in the wrong way. It looks like Captain Merman is hopping on. So what we're going to do is lock them all independently here, so that I can keep the stuff in and verify that it's the bottom one that... So basically this is just locking it from even making it in the barrels, and I only want to lock out that lower level. So now why is that going? Here, let me just see if I do it down here, if that will lock it when it's turned on. So basically we have nothing going down here, but if I do that, is that going to start letting it drain down? No. Why not? Okay, well there's stuff getting down in there. So we have 5 right there, and that's locked it. Why is that not going down? So that's keeping it locked in place, at least at the top here. But I want it to be filling up these barrels. If I do that, will the... That didn't drain that out, that did drain that one out. Oh shoot. Okay, well. Looks like even though I tested it individually before and it was working, for whatever reason when I powered it might just be the redstone running into each other. You know what, maybe I just need to do some slabs, try that. Because it might just be the redstone signal is running into itself. Yeah, it's not letting him into that area. Can I lock the hopper? I can't lock it directly on the side. I mean, I guess I could just put a stop on the dropper itself, right? How would I do that, though? I'd maybe even just change this up, right? Because as long as the hopper itself is powered, this is not something that I was planning on running into, because I had already kind of practiced, or not practiced, but I had already done something like that, and so I wasn't worried about this kind of an issue happening. Okay, well, if we power this by powering a block on top of it, and that's going to make it put out the stuff. Okay, so we need that clock to do the repeat thing, because otherwise we'd have to be doing this to get it to let all this stuff out, right? There's still 4 in there, so we need that other little, the comparator stuff going. I'm just wondering how I can remotely turn this off. Now, can a sticky piston, I don't think in the normal Java version you can actually push or pull a repeater, right? Yeah, it just breaks it. But wait, no. But what I just saw there, though, is that if I did power it, then that basically only let it do out one item, right? And then locks it anyway. So if I do just a sticky piston up above... Okay, I might have finally mulled through it, guys. Because yeah, so if I do a sticky piston up above, now if they let that should filter down into the dropper. Wait, why is this not going anymore? Oh, we're low on bamboo apparently. Is the cactus really producing that much? And it's skipping over that one, why? Okay, whatever. So we let that drain out. Oh, that's locking the intake as well. Okay. That's interesting. Anyway, so those are draining down into the hopper now. The hopper's not doing anything. And that stops it. You know what, I think that might be it right there. We'll just go ahead and put the die back in there. And as long as we have that dropper powered on, then it's not going to do anything. And then when we retract it, it will go ahead and let stuff out. And then as long as we leave these up, they'll stay on and working. And we just need to actually, I'll go ahead and go through and just add in the new switches basically, because we can leave that one for the first 4, they're all working. Okay, well that does actually work out nicely though, because I needed so if that's a halfway point, we have 5 blocks behind there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be just the right amount for where I wanted it to fit. So that looks like it sits nicely as well, because then I can just mirror it on the other side of the block. Perfect. Okay. Cool. Well, that took a moment to work out. Wasn't quite what I was expecting. So I'm sorry about the little delay there, as I was just thinking that I was going to be wrapping things up. But yeah, it seems to be working. Seems to be doing well. Not quite what I would have thought, I guess, all around. But that's Minecraft for you. Sometimes you don't always get what you expect, right? Anyway, easy enough fix though. I may go ahead and actually power the pistons from somewhere else, like up above, or why is that not putting that down? Anyway, so I'll work it out to where everything looks nice and everything. So as far as this though, for this first part to start running and working, looks like things are going. They're doing good. I can just go ahead and put these down, and then I'll place in the redstone blocks as well. And we should have ourselves a working system right there now. So this, what it's going to do now, I guess, just as a final little summary, is once I get everything hooked up, sorry about that, just finishing that up. Anyway, once I get everything hooked up, then basically I'll let this run and all these furnaces will fill with experience. And once they're all filled, then I can go ahead and put the switch down, and that will lock it. I'll go ahead and drain out all of the dye that's underneath just by flipping that switch. Once that's done, then I can start it back up again. As far as this all working, I don't know why this one is being skipped over at the moment. Looks like that's empty. This probably just needs to fill back up. Is it just not getting some? Sometimes what happens is that you get it in and it smelts before it can actually get going, and so you have to wait for the bamboo to get moving a little bit. We do have bamboo further down. Why is it skipping that hopper? I really don't know why all of a sudden this one's being skipped now. That one's been passed over for cactus. I don't know. I guess we'll just leave it. We'll see what happens. I may end up needing to put in hoppers, but I have had some weird stuff go on with the other hoppers and some of my other systems where it will randomly skip as well. So I guess we'll just see. I'm hoping if it goes all the way down, that if it did skip over, that it will then retroactively fill back in and we'll be fine anyway. Anyway, but thanks guys for stopping by the stream. And I'm gonna go ahead and off camera again, I'll fill in the other side, and then we're gonna have a similar size super smelter fed with the excess off of these, not the cactus, but the excess bamboo will pull around and run a super smelter. And then I guess the next time we'll get to the bone mill farm, because basically with all the extra sugarcane, I'm going to have a small storage area that runs down over here somewhere, and then the rest of it will just go into bone mill and then be looped back around. Anyway, so thank you guys for stopping by, and I hope you guys stop by again for another episode here on the NightQuest server. I will see you guys next time.